Mike Fitz here. Like I said in my intro video, we're going to be doing some comic book reviews. We got DC, we're going to do some Marvel, some Dark Horse. We're going to start, though, with DC's New 52. For those of you who don't know, about 2 years ago, DC restarted its whole line of comic books with issues number 1. They changed a lot of the continuity, a lot of the characters. They de-aged a lot of them. A lot of the ones that were older, like a Green Arrow or a Batman, are now much younger. The first one we're going to start with is Action Comics number 1. Because as you can probably see, I'm a huge Superman fan. I love Superman. Actually, I have a lot of Superman tattoos even. Action Comics for me was pretty good. It was decent. It's Grant Morrison. Not a huge fan of Grant Morrison. His run on Batman, a lot of people love. He created Damian Wayne and all that. Son of Batman and all that. But I just don't like the guy. It's too far out there for me. I like the more down-to-earth type stuff. And his stuff is just way out there. Way crazy. You got to be on drugs to understand it type shit. But yeah, Action Comics, and it stays with that Morrison formula. It's a lot of, out there type of stuff. It's Superman in his first years as Superman. It's before he even has the costume. It explains how he got the costume, which in the new line is a Kryptonian battle armor, like suit of armor type thing. Ceremonial armor, kind of like a soldier's uniform. It's pretty good. It retells, his origin is pretty much the same. Krypton blows up, all that stuff. But in the New 52, him and Lois Lane aren't together, and he doesn't work for the Daily Planet. He did work for the Daily Planet in the beginning, but in the actual Superman title, which I also have right here that we'll review, an actual Superman, he leaves the Daily Planet. He doesn't really like their ethics and where they're going, so he leaves to do a blog, which you can kind of tell they're just reaching to update it because, newspapers aren't really huge anymore. Blogging and, online news is the thing, so they changed it. But overall, it's pretty good. I've been reading Superman for over 20 years. I started with The Death of Superman back in 92, and I have read and owned every single issue since then, and I'm pretty much an authority on Superman. Biggest Superman fan you'll ever meet. And I approve of the New 52 Superman. It's decent. There's been better, but it's not bad. But then we got here Batman, the New 52, which I love. Absolutely love. Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, amazing. Scott Snyder is one of my favorite writers. Anything he writes to me is gold. If it has his name on it, I'm down. I'm there. And I think the best part of the new Batman is the Court of Owls. The Court of Owls is amazing. They got the masks alone make them incredible. Just the fact that they've been in Gotham all these years and Batman hasn't known about it. It's someone who knows more about Gotham than Batman, which is crazy to even think. But yeah, it's the new Batman may be the best New 52 that they put out there. I love it. Another great New 52 that surprised a lot of people was Aquaman. I know a lot of people say, Aquaman, he talks to fish, he's lame, blah, blah, blah. No, Aquaman is amazing. Especially with Jeff Johns writing it. Jeff Johns is just like Scott Snyder. Anything he writes, I will read. If his name is on it, I'm there. And he took all those stereotypes of Aquaman, talking to fish and he can only, help people in water and all like the jokes about him, and he turned it around and he used those to make the comic itself funny and enjoyable. And if I would say I would say the top 2 or 3 New 52s to pick up is definitely Aquaman. Jeff Johns recently left the title. Let's see how that goes. I'm not sure the name of the new writer. I actually forget, but I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to stick with it and keep reading it, and I'm a big fan. Another one I am a fan of is Wonder Woman. With Brian Azzarello, who did 100 Bullets and those kind of things. It's a lot darker Wonder Woman than most people think, and a lot of people complaining and worried because their big problem is that now she actually has a father who is Zeus. When, for years she was, made of clay and the child of clay and all that, but now her father's actually Zeus and she's the actual Greek god. But a lot of people have a problem with that. I like it. It makes it more relatable. It makes it more understandable. It's not that far out there that, she's made of clay. She actually has a biological father, which is pretty cool. I like where he went with it. It almost reminds me of Fables, where they're turning the gods into regular people. It's kind of like the comic Fables, where they have, the fairy tale characters are humans. I like it. I would say pick it up. A title I'm not a huge fan of is Batgirl. I like Gail Simone. She's good writer. I loved her on Birds of Prey before the New 52, and Batgirl before the New 52. But I don't like that they gave Barbara Gordon her legs back. They for years she was Oracle and she was very useful. It proved that you didn't have to be this big huge jacked superhero to be able to help and fight crime. Um, she was extremely helpful to not just Batman, but the whole Bat family and even the Justice League for a while. I kind of feel like they depowered her by giving her legs back. Like, yeah, she's back out on the streets fighting crime and hands on fighting, but this Oracle was way more helpful in my book. I loved the Birds of Prey when she was running it with Power Girl and Huntress. That was all great stuff, but it's not horrible. I would say read it because it's part of the Bat family, but I don't know. It's not a must read. A must read though. What is a must read is Green Lantern, especially the beginning, because again it's Jeff Johns, and like I said, anything with Jeff Johns' name, I am in. Sign me up. But this one, the continuity didn't change too much for Green Lantern. It's just condensed instead of being this 15, 20 years history with Kyle Rayner as a Green Lantern and Hal Jordan turning on the corpse. It's all condensed into about 5 years history, where Kyle Rayner's only been a Green Lantern for a little over 2 years, I believe, and Sinestro was actually Green Lantern again, which happened at the end of the New 52. He received the ring when the Guardians took it from Hal. I like Sinestro. I like him better as a bad guy, not as a Lantern. Because I understand his motivations for turning on the lanterns, and I think a lot of people do. And I think it's very interesting, his motivations, how, they depowered him and all that. And him and Hal together I really enjoy. They're friends but hating each other type of deal. It's very, very good. Definitely pick it up. Definitely read it. Another good one is The Green Lantern Corps. If you're a fan of, aliens and space travel and that kind of stuff, pick it up. It's good. I like Guy Gardner. It really focuses on Guy Gardner. If you like him, definitely get it. I think he needs his own book, though. I think he's great as part of the Corp, but I think it's time for Guy to get his own book. It's way past due. He's one of the most underrated Lanterns. Everyone says, Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan. I think Guy's right up there with them. He deserves more respect. He's cool. Another Lantern book that you should pick up is The New Guardians. Big fan of it. Focuses on Kyle Rayner, who is personally my favorite Lantern. Like I said, everyone says Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, who's the best, but I think it's Kyle. Kyle kept the corpse together while Hal was gone. He brought the corpse back, actually. He was the torchbearer. He is the main focus on this book, and as it goes on, he becomes the White Lantern, and he can, use the powers of all of the corpse, which is amazing, and he definitely is the right guy to have that power. It's definitely a good book. Again, if you like the alien space travel kind of stuff, pick it up. Great thing. Red Lantern, not a huge fan of. It's readable. If you're gonna read all the Lantern books, read it, but it's not a must read. Atrocitus is pretty cool. The leader, he's cool, but other than that, all the other Lanterns aren't that great. They're forgettable. No one really leaves an impression. Really favorite Lanterns, something like that. It does cross over with the other Lantern books, so for that reason alone, you might want to read it. But you could just pick up those issues to fill in the blanks. But other than that, I would say skip it. Not that great. What else we got here? Oh, this one is great. Nightwing. Nightwing, been a huge fan of Nightwing for a long, long time. Um, I don't know, he's Batman. People say, oh, he's Batman light. He's just a wannabe Batman. No, he's Batman, but he's more fun. He's more, down to earth almost. He doesn't have that anger that Batman has. He's funner than Batman. Um, yeah, it's a really good book. He brings back the Haley Circus where he grew up and where his parents died. Gives you a lot of back history with that. They did change it a little bit, the continuity. He's a little bit older when he's Robin. I think he's like 16 or 17 when he actually becomes Robin. And I don't think he's Robin for that long. I think he's only Robin for maybe less than a year, because like I said, the New 52 the heroes has only been around for about 5 years. You got to fit 4 Robins into 5 years. So, I mean, he could have only been Robin for less than a year. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Another thing you definitely need to read is Justice League. It's the backbone of the DC universe. I saved that for last. It's the best comic that is out there right now. Justice League, again, it's Jeff Johns. So, like I said, if Jeff Johns is on it, read it. It The first arc is how the Justice League comes together, how they all meet, and it's not one of these stories where they meet and they're best buddies right away. They meet each other, they don't like each other. Superman and Green Lantern actually come to blows. It's really good. Superman actually beats the crap out of Batman and Green Lantern at one point. So read it just the first couple issues just for that alone. Yeah, it's just the Justice League being badass, and the bad guy in the first story arc is Darkseid. You can't beat that. Any book that Darkseid's in, you got to read. Especially when Superman's fighting him. Superman vs. Darkseid doesn't get any better than that. Yeah, so overall, I liked the New 52. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people complained about it. It's been about 2 years since it started, and I think it started out with a bang. Started to go great. May have gotten a little bit slow, but it's picking up again. The Lantern books are really great. Like I said, the Superman books are great. Batman's always great. It's never a bad Batman comic. So yeah, my overall recommendation would be check it out. Check out the books that I'm talking about. There's a few more out there that they're so. If you have a lot of money to burn and you want to just get comics to, just have them all, get them all. But those are the ones that you should definitely read, definitely check out. Keep reading. Read them. Hope you enjoy them. I hope you enjoyed this review. And stay tuned for more. Thanks a lot.